Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel, YouTube. Hope everyone out there is having a good day. I've decided to make another video because I'm heading back to my house, back from town, and I've got a good opportunity because the distance from my place to town is a wee bit of a drive, 20 odd Ks. So it's a good time to do a vlog. And in this video, I'm going to look at why vlog therapy has its benefits. And for those who have liked my vlogs before, I really thank you. I really appreciate the likes, subscribes, and shares. If you do like this content, just you know, I don't like saying it. It's like begging for subs and begging for subscribers and all that. And you know, if you know, you know. If you've been on YouTube, you know how it works. So I'll leave it as that. And soldier on, hey. So hope everyone's having a good day out there. It's an Easter long weekend here, and if that's part of your system wherever you live around the world, I hope you're having a good time off if you're able to get that. I've got a few days off, which is fantastic because I need it. I'm pretty much, like I said, I'm a little bit burnt out again, but nothing as bad as I was back in the past. But yeah, I've been working long hours. I stated that on the last video, a heap of hours. Not that I choose to do all those hours either. I'm not greedy, especially when you hit, your mid-50s and that sort of a time where you don't want to work, a ton of hours. I know I don't. Some other people they're into that stuff. If you're into that stuff, you're into working a lot of hours and chasing the dream. That's fantastic. Go for it. Do your best. Enjoy it while that feeling lasts, because everyone's wired different. We all go through our different phases in life where you got to work a lot. You've got to make sacrifices. You've got to go into no man's land where you can't go out. And I made a video on that one. I talked about you're making sacrifices. They may be long-term ones. When I had to study at university, especially when I hit my late 20s and I went back to university, and I had to do really shitty jobs and do that 4 years at university. There was good times and bad times through that period of time that I went to university. I actually mostly enjoyed the educational side of it. I just didn't enjoy the having to work and study. There's a lot of folk out there, the lucky folk, good for them, that they could just study. Obviously they were a little bit younger than me, so I was in my late 20s, where I had to, obviously work, pay the rent, and buy food and pay bills. Lucky the bills back in those days were pretty cheap actually. We didn't have the mobile phones and things like that, so it was probably a godsend. But yeah, I mean, there's times where you just gotta suck it up, as they say. It happens. With that theory of good times and tough times, and the theory of the universe, according to me anyway. Your theory might be totally different, which is all fine, depends which culture and which country you come from. Today's topic, vlog therapy, as I note in a lot of my comments to other YouTubers, a bit of vlog therapy today, hey? It's really good for your mental health if you've got that issue. How's vlog therapy for me? Did I start this YouTube for that reason? Maybe I did in a sense, and maybe I didn't. I mean, my main objective and my aim of the channel was just to send a message and to supply snippets of information of the stuff I've learnt through my journey in life. As a result of, at times, not always, I've managed my life in periods of my life quite well, and then other periods I've mismanaged my life, and you watch some of my other videos and you'll pick that up. And I'd love to meet someone that has never mismanaged their life, especially when they've got a few years under their belt. There's no way, in most cases, that would be humanly possible in the West, okay? From a Western perspective. Maybe in the East, it may be a little bit different based on their belief systems and their education system and other systems that are in place, family systems. But I know my personal experience, it's a little bit different. And pieces of my life that have been a little bit chaotic, and I've got through them, and it toughens you up. So you learn from your mistakes, you toughen up, you get a little bit more mentally tough out of those times that were mismanaged, especially if it's anything to do with finances. That's one thing where you really should learn from that. And of course, I've learned from that myself. I'm just got to pull over, fix this phone up. So like I said, I'm on my way home, and now there's actually quite a lot of traffic, quite a lot of movement, a lot of people, a lot of tourists up here. We're actually just about to head into our tourist season. A lot of people say it starts in Easter, but the weather's still humid, and it doesn't, although it's a lot better than it was. You're looking at another few weeks. It's usually from the 1st of May up in the tropics to the end of October is where you'll see a heap of tourists come in, especially because we're located right next to the reef. So a lot of the reef tours go out of Cairns and the north of Cairns, and of course the south of Cairns too. But Cairns is just one of those destinations. You got great access to the rainforest. I live right near the rainforest, the tablelands, which are amazing. I feel the tablelands is actually better than the coastline here. There's a lot of things up there, a lot of adventurous activities up there, a lot of wildlife up there, a lot of really cool things to do that people don't realise until they get up there and experience what the tablelands has got to offer. Anyway, let's go back to vlog therapy. Why it can help you? Well, I guess off the top of my head, it sort of acts as a therapist. It's your own private therapist. It's like it's noting down your thoughts instead of doing it in writing, in a written form like journaling. There's a lot of therapists say journal. These days we can record it, and we can record our thoughts and project those thoughts to the world. For those who are out there who want to listen to what we've got to say, there's usually someone, and a lot of people can connect to the message and the feelings. So in a sense, I think vlogging, although it definitely has its pitfalls with trolls, and there's a lot of real shit people out there. They've got a lot of really negative shit things to say. I'm just going to be blunt. And there's a lot of good people out there too. So it's just filtering through the trash and get to the treasure. And that's how it is. And if you want to get on YouTube, you've got to be mindful of that. And a lot of good people will advise you, be careful what you wish for, but you can always filter it out. And I end up doing that, putting restrictions on so those who want to know, yeah, I did, because when I started making just some of the rubbish, some of the trash, it's like someone said, it's like, unfortunately, YouTube has become the ghetto of the world, and there's a lot of trash out there, and a lot of people talk, trash talk. So that's the negative, but I'm talking about the positive sides. Acts as a therapist, and you can really get your thoughts down. You can edit it, and as you probably noted, I don't edit mine, and I know I've said I should, but I don't, just because I'm time restricted on what I do. I've got other things to do, to sit down. Plus, my laptop has got issues with it about six or 8 weeks ago, and I'm going to have to buy a new one, which I'll have to do in the next few weeks. And hopefully that'll solve that problem. I can start editing a bit, because I know there's a few bloopers, the use of language in regards to how I've articulated that language. A few pronunciation errors there, you would have picked it all up. Sorry about that, but yeah, it is what it is. But vlog therapy, I feel it has so many benefits, and it also, another benefit of vlog therapy for me has been getting back into research and researching the topics that I did, years ago, and sort of forgot about what I'd researched and the benefits I had dug up in regard to stress and anxiety, and when I went through that period, and bringing up some of those research points that I'd read in books back in the day. Actually, I had a heap of books, and just solidifying what I'd learned, and then being able to go back on some of that stuff and revisit some of those strategies that I'd had used in the past, and that I've reintroduced into my life. So there's another benefit of vlogging, because if you want to be sort of semi-serious like me, I don't want to be too serious, because I'm definitely not in it for the money, that's for sure, because I do work a lot of hours, but it really, it sharpens your mind up. So for me, not only is it, you know, it's journaling via video, but it's sharpening your mind up in regards to, you know, some really good stuff you've learned in the past, and that you can present in the present, and you can connect to that with your own personal experiences, like I am at the moment. So it's really, you know, it's really good. It's good mind material, and you know, you've got to exercise the mind. We always hear about exercising the physical body, but your mental mind is something else that needs to be exercised. And we know, you know, there's a lot of great, you know, strategies out there to do that. You know, like crosswords, reading, learning language is a big one. Something that I've really enjoyed over the last, you know, few decades is learning Vietnamese, studying Vietnamese, and I spent a lot of time doing Vietnamese, a real lot. And I use other people's vlogs to brush up on that Vietnamese, because I mean, I'm lucky enough I can use it at home, but there's a lot of vocabulary that I don't use. So using other people's blogs is also helping my mental health as well, because I'm able to take information off them, which in return helps me. So there's another reason, not only vlogging yourself, but using other vloggers to improve your own life. The other one that I can think of is like clarifying your thoughts and your feelings. And if I was to edit, I could go back and really, you know, actually cut a lot of this stuff out. And I'm guessing that would also help me by revising what I had to say and, yeah, maybe changing it a bit. So vlog therapy for me has been really good. And I guess talking to a video, it doesn't judge you. So although you can judge yourself when you reflect back on it and review it, and if you were to snip and cut and edit, you could really, you know, refine it and produce something that may be better quality than I am at the moment. But like I said, I don't edit, I don't cut it up, probably will in the future. So look, I'm going to make this one shorter, because the one I did prior to this was like 18 minutes, way too long. But that's my spin on vlogging and vlog therapy and the benefits, and I chucked in a few negative aspects of that. So if you're going to get into it, just be mindful of the negative stuff out there. I mean, you can do your own research and you can find there's quite a lot. A lot of people say, you know, don't filter it. You want the trolls. Yeah, you do in a sense, because it's gonna send shares. It's gonna help the algorithm. But I'm not really in it for that, because, you know, I work anyway. So, and my point is just to give snippets of information out there and hopefully build some type of community. And there's another benefit. It builds a community. You can connect to other people that are like-minded or need that motivation to sort of get their own life in order, in a sense. Anyway, I decided I was going to make this one a bit shorter. I'm just about home. Wow, I'm not far from home, but I ought to put some juice in the car. So until next time, peace out.